Greetings, Minecrafters! I am Nate T. Bird, and welcome back to my developer commentary for Jump Arena. This is a series where I try to explain my thoughts behind what I did in my map, Jump Arena, and how I made it. So in this episode, we are going to be covering the Desert Arena. The Desert was the second arena that I made. I had this idea where it would be cool if the player could be traveling through this pyramid, and there were traps that they had to dodge and escape. And well, that's not what this is. I was not able to make that idea come to light because, well, being inside of a pyramid would be extremely small. It would be cramped, and you wouldn't be able to do very much. And so I kind of just made it a big desertish area. Anyways, getting right to it, we have the cannon right off the bat because we haven't really seen that in any of the other levels. And so I put that in this level just because, well, I wanted this level to be the cannon-focused level. A lot of you were asking how I did the custom achievements, and I will get to that in a later episode. I think I want to do an episode where I go to the spawn chunks and I show you all of the redstone, and I try to explain some of it at least. But for now, I'm just going to focus on this level itself. So what I want to focus on is explaining why the level is designed the way it is. I wanted this level to be a vertical level, so it's got a little bit of, you go up and then you go sideways and then you up again, sideways again, up, and it's just a lot of vertical heights, vertical tracks or courses. I don't actually remember what upgrades I have. It's been a while since I recorded, so maybe I will go to the lobby or to the hub and check that out. I just unlocked some fireworks. And yeah, we're going to return to the hub because I have enough to at least get some upgrades. Let's upgrade the cannon currently. Let's max that out. And that's all I have money for. Let's also check out the fireworks. So, as I said in the last episode, I wanted the secrets to be something that evolved over time. So originally you did not even know that this fireworks shop would be here. And so currently it's just this little bench and the shelf with a few fireworks that you can purchase on it. So the bench kind of leads you to believe, maybe there's something else that will appear later. And as you'll find out the more you play, there are other pieces to the fireworks shop that start to appear. Now, the fireworks, they're just here for something to spend your money on after you've beaten the game, because you're going to be collecting money if you want to keep playing it. So I just tried to create a whole bunch of fireworks that looked kind of unique or are fairly cool. Black holes, kind of. It's very simple, but yet pretty cool. I don't know. I like it. I know that some of you might want to know how I created these fireworks, and the very simple answer is a generator. There's actually a link to it down in the description. It's, I believe, Bimbimia. I don't know how exactly you say that, but it's the command generator link down in the description. So check that out if you want to create some pretty awesome fireworks. It just makes the whole thing super duper easy. So right here, I'm failing again. Checkpoint. The speed jump, or the speed block, I feel actually gives you a handicap. It makes it harder for you. Maybe not a handicap, maybe it adds difficulty. I don't know what that would be called, because you have to adjust to the new FOV, the field of view, and it becomes a little bit difficult sometimes. Alright, I just finished the jump. It didn't take that long. But I have to talk about this jump right here. This jump is probably the hardest jump in the game. It's 5 blocks out and 2 blocks down, and like you can barely make it if you sprint and jump at the correct time. It's very, very difficult. Some people, they don't have any trouble with it. They just like jump it, do it their first time. They don't realize that it's the hardest jump in the map, and they just continue on their merry little way. Other people, they try this jump like 50 times, 100 times, and they still can't get it for some reason. And then finally they get it, and then they fall off the other side or something else. I am tempted to remove this jump, but at the same time, I'm not. I feel like it gives the player a nice sense of accomplishment when they do actually make the jump, and so they feel good about themselves, and so that's why I think I'm going to leave the jump in. One thing that I was not even aware of until I watched a couple videos on this map is that you can do a momentum jump. So it's like you jump and then you jump again and it creates momentum. I've never actually done this jump, so I don't know if I'll fail at it or not. Yeah. So it's like you stand over here, you run, you jump forward, and then you land on the edge right there, and then you can make it further. I don't know how to do that, so I will just do the other trick where you look down and then you can time things easier. And then there's also that where sometimes people, they'll make this jump and then they get messed up on the speed boost because the speed boost changes your field of view so much. So yeah, it's kind of, I feel like maybe I need to add more coins to this level, maybe like a coin right here, just to reward the players that make it across. I also find a lot of people get confused at this part. They don't know where to go. I'm just grabbing coins right now, don't really need them. But yeah, right here, they fall down here, they're like, where do we go? They're like, oh, we go right here. And they're like, oh, this is where I came from. You're supposed to go over there. I don't know how to make that easier. I guess I could add a sign of some sort. For now, it'll just stay the way it is. And how do you get that secret over there? If you just move forward, you move a little bit too slowly in order to make the jump. So you need to sprint. When you land down here, you can sprint and then you can go forward, and it actually helps you go further so you can get to the secret, which we just unlocked the cannon craze. So I think we'll talk about that when we finish this level. Bing! And so because my cannons are upgraded to the max, I can make all of these jumps. Originally there was a bug in the game. It was a typo, so the upgrades for the cannons were one behind. So when you had a level 2 cannon, you actually just had a level 1. When you had level 3, you had a level 2. And so I fixed that bug for the release of the map, but for a lot of people it was actually bugged, and so they had to rely on the cannon misfiring in order for it to land them up top there. And the misfire of the cannon, I don't actually know why that happens. Theoretically, it should all happen the same way every time. I summon creepers when the player lands on the block, and for some reason, sometimes the creepers just explode the player higher. But it should be consistent, but it's not. So we can finish this up, return to the hub. Let's go ahead and max out our trampoline, our speed boost, and that's everything maxed out. So now I have enough money to just spend on fireworks, basically. As you see here, we have a custom block model. I did this using, oh man, I just forgot the name. Hold on, let me check the name. I don't know why I spaced it on the name. It's BDcraft Cubic Pro. So I did have to pay for it, but it's a fairly good program for modeling. I'm still not quite used to it, but with it you can do some pretty cool stuff, and that's what I did for this. I wanted it to be more interesting to look at, and so that's why I spent so much time creating a block model, is because it makes the game seem more polished, more unique, more interesting. And it's just supposed to be a crate of fireworks. And as I was mentioning, the fireworks are evolving. So this crate is here, and it wasn't here before. And so as we progress, as we get more secrets, this lobby, it evolves. And the duds, I think, are one of my favorite fireworks because they don't really work. But the interesting thing is that they are actually fireworks. They are timed. They just have a really long duration. So Cannon Craze. Let's talk about this one. This is probably my favorite bonus level. I did this was the last level that I made, and originally it was just a bunch of cannons, like picture just a giant room with just a bunch of cannons. And so you would bounce, you would land in the cannon, get shot up, grab coins, land in another cannon, and it just overall felt really lacking. It felt poorly made, it felt kind of boring, a little bit lackluster. And so what I did is I went through and I created a 3D maze. So it's not really a maze in that, like, you have a path to go. It's more a maze in that there's just a bunch of rooms and a bunch of pathways that you can go. Some of the rooms are connected multiple times, multiple ways, and it's just a bonus level to help get coins, and it's fun to do. It's fun to explore. I find that no matter how many times you play this, you're still going to find newish areas that you've never been to before. This is actually the area that requires max upgrades for everything in order to get to. So you have to have max upgraded multi-jump in order to get up there. You have to have max speed to get up here. You have to have max jump to get up here. Max trampoline to get up there. You have to have max cannon to get up here. And so this is the pathway of the most requirements for upgrades, but it also gives the most reward. So a little bit of an interesting, I guess, design aspect is that if you do upgrade, then you can get more reward later. Even though the reward doesn't do anything. Don't tell anybody, though. Now that I have all of this money and all of the upgrades, I don't really have anything to spend my money on except for fireworks, which are just purely cosmetic. So, but there's just a bunch of different rooms. Like you might not be able to find all of the rooms. You can, but there's just a lot. It's rather interesting. There's a maze. It's amazing. Yeah, even I'm kind of lost already, even though I designed the level. I think I know where I am. I'm heading towards the beginning. But then there's like this big long chute right here, and then there's this trampoline room. And instead of using just cannon blocks, which are what the other two bonus levels are about, they just use one type of block over and over again. So the bouncy castle and then the speed run, but we haven't unlocked that yet. They just use the same block over and over again, but this one uses a little bit of every block, so I like that part of it. So we're just going to return to the hub and call it an episode, and actually we're going to unlock the forest and do that in the next episode. So I hope you learned a little bit about map making and just the thought process behind level design, and maybe you just had fun watching me play the map. And so if you did, then please leave a like, and if you really enjoyed it, then make sure to subscribe for more content. Anyways, thank you very much for watching, and have a fantastic day.